What's up guys, my name is Ace, and welcome back to another combat rig overview for Infinite Warfare. Combat rigs in this game are kind of like specialists from Black Ops 3. Once you choose your combat rig, you get to choose from one of 3 payloads, as well as one of 3 traits from that particular combat rig. Today we're going to be looking at the Marksman Style Combat Rig called Phantom. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so Phantom specializes in concealment and long-range engagements. So for all you snipers out there, this is likely going to be the combat rig for you. And the first payload that we have is the Ballista Em3. This is a highly accurate electromagnetic projectile launcher with increased penetration capability to take out the enemy and pin them to the wall. So with the Ballista Em3, there is a bit of a charge time before you fire. So it's kind of like the P06 from Black Ops 3, but it doesn't fire a 3-round burst, it just fires 1 projectile. It could also be kind of compared to like the Tempest, like you pull that trigger and then you have to wait just that little bit for it to charge up and fire the shot. But it does have high penetration as well. This thing can punch through quite a bit of stuff with very little loss to bullet damage. Moving on to Phantom's next payload, this is Active Camo, and this is very similar to the Active Camo in Black Ops 3, although it does seem like it is a little bit more camouflage. It's very difficult to see somebody that's using Active Camo while using Phantom, and I think it's going to be a very effective payload to use. Moving on to the final payload for Phantom, we have Pulsar. This is an advanced electromagnetic sensor that allows you to visualize enemy positions. Now, I didn't get a chance to get my hands on this. I haven't really seen anything to do with Pulsar yet. I assume, though, this is going to be very similar to Vision Pulse in Black Ops 3. So you activate it and you'll be able to see enemies through walls for a very short period of time. So those are the 3 payloads that you have to choose from while using Phantom. Now let's move on to the traits, and the first trait that we have is a very controversial one, and this is Marked Target. With Marked Target, damaging enemies will mark them for death, preventing health regeneration for 5 seconds. Marked enemies that are killed by teammates will award you with bonus score. Out of all of the traits that I've seen so far for these combat rigs, this is the one that I'm personally most concerned about. In a game like Call of Duty, 5 seconds is a very, very long time. And if you get shot by this person and you win the gunfight, you still win the gunfight, but you were hurt, you're almost definitely going to be dead. One of his teammates is going to end up killing you most of the time because you just don't have time to heal. Like I said, 5 seconds is an extremely long time. I think as it is right now, at least with most Call of Duty games, it still takes you like 5 seconds before you start your health regeneration. So now you're looking at 10 seconds or so before you start regenerating health. This is potentially a big issue in my mind. Now there is a counter to this if you use Merc's Infusion trait, because that one allows you to regenerate health faster, but overall I don't feel like this trait should be in the game. And I'd like to know your guys' opinion on this in the comment section below, since it is the one that I'm seeing talked about the most. What do you guys think of Marked Target? And what do you think could be done to make it a little bit more balanced? Or do you think it's perfectly balanced as is? Next up for Phantom's traits, we have Rear Guard, and with this one you spawn in with a shield on your back that protects against attacks from behind. Now your legs are still exposed with this, but it is quite a big shield that does protect from quite a bit of damage from behind, and it could potentially be pretty useful, especially for a sniper that's like chilling and somebody tries to flank him or something. It might give that sniper that little extra time to swap to a pistol or something, turn around and get the kill on the guy. Moving on to the final trait for Phantom, we have Heightened Senses. And with this one, while you're aiming down sight with a sniper rifle, you gain increased audio from nearby enemies, and warning blips will also tell you if enemies are nearby. So it kind of gives you 6th sense as well as awareness, but only when you're aiming down sight and only with a sniper rifle. Overall, I'm not too concerned about this one. I know some people have been expressing their concern with this because they feel like it's kind of noobish, but really, you're not going to be like sitting in a corner aiming down sight, for instance, with a sniper rifle. You're going to be set up on a sniper position aiming down sight, and you're likely to get flanked a lot. So this just helps you out a little bit when you're sniping properly and somebody tries to flank you. I would much prefer to have this as a trait the way it works, rather than having awareness and 6th sense as an actual perk in the game that you can use on any weapon and in any situation. So you can just like sit in a corner with a shotgun, for instance, with awareness and 6th sense. That's kind of cheap in my opinion, but if you're laying down with a sniper rifle and you're actually trying to snipe, I think this is kind of a neat trait to have. So there we have it. Here are all the payloads and traits for Phantom. And once again, I'd love to know in the comment section below, which payload and which trait do you see yourself using most often while using this combat rig? For me personally, I see myself using Active Camo as well as Marked Target, simply because Marked Target is such a powerful trait. So if you guys haven't seen some of my other combat rig overviews, I will leave annotation links here on the screen, as well as a link in the description to the playlist that has all of the combat rig overviews. Keep in mind, if the video hasn't been uploaded yet, there won't be an annotation link there yet, but it will come once that video is uploaded. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.